What's going on, everyone? Gig Accountant here. My name is Naza, and I'm a licensed CPA in the state of New Jersey. I'm also a gig economy worker working on food delivery applications such as Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. Affiliate links are down below if you're interested in signing up. You get a bonus, and I get a bonus after a certain amount of drives. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about this issue that has been going through the news about Grubhub, where Grubhub is being sued and complaints being lodged against Grubhub for charging of certain fees for non-delivery fees, and other items. So fees for phone calls that are made through the Grubhub to the a Grubhub app to the restaurant that didn't result in any deliveries being made, any sales um, from the restaurant being made. So, and this is something that Grubhub is being investigated about from the state of New York, from the city of New York, regarding their practices. So, what are my thoughts about that? So, what happened is that one restaurant discovered that they were being charged fees for phone calls being placed to their restaurant through the Grubhub application, through the Grubhub platform, and these phone calls didn't receive any sales. There were phone calls regarding inquiries about items such as uh, whether they have certain food items in the menu, or whether any reservations could be made at the restaurant. So the restaurant discovered that they were charged hundreds of dollars in fees over the course of several years. So they are filing a multi-million dollar, hopefully, class action lawsuit against Grubhub regarding this. So my thoughts about this is that I don't really see what the issue is. As far as I understand it, from what I gather, is that the terms are all stated in the contract itself regarding the fees that the restaurants will be charged. On the flip side, however, my understanding is, from what I've seen, is that this is not being made clear to the restaurants when they're signing their contract with Grubhub. The folks who are selling the contract, selling the platform to the restaurants, are often telling them that they will not be charged unless they make sales. So that's the downside, and that's something that is something that is frequently encountered in business, where the salespeople who are selling a product or a service are saying one thing and the contract says another, and that's something that I can understand becoming annoyed about. But the practice of actually charging charging the fees, I don't see an issue regarding so much, because as I see it, Grubhub is providing a service which is listing these restaurants and their food items onto their platform. When a customer goes in and makes a phone call to the restaurant, even if it doesn't result in a sale, that is a click-through. The equivalent would be online marketing ads. So once there is click-through, there will be charges made to the impressions through the ads. It doesn't matter whether the whether the click-through actually results in a sale or not. What matters is the impressions and whether or not there was traffic driven by those ads, and that's what the companies who are putting out the ads are being charged based on. So in my mind, Grubhub charging for phone calls being placed to the restaurant through the Grubhub app makes sense to me. It's not something that is too surprising to me. They're charging the restaurants basically a rate based on impressions, based on the traffic that is driven by it, and not so much the sales, which would be harder to kind of keep track of. Because what if customers call called through the app, and the sale is generated completely independent of the Grubhub platform itself. What if they just do it through their normal process, the restaurant's normal process, and just ignores the Grubhub platform completely? The Grubhub would not be able to be aware whether or not the restaurant is engaging in that practice, and they would be cut out of that transaction. So, yeah, my thoughts regarding the matter is that I don't see an issue with Grubhub. Grubhub charging fees for customers placing phone calls through the app to the restaurant, but I do feel like they probably should encourage their salespeople, the salespeople who are engaging the restaurants, to be more clear about what they will be charged on, rather than selling them a book of lies, or exaggerating or omitting certain things, like don't tell the restaurant that they'll only be charged based on sales. Make it clear there are other fees involved that they will be charged. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm a licensed CPA. I provide accounting services, tax preparation and planning services, as well as consulting. If you are in need of any of those, please feel free to reach out to me. My rates are subject to my own discretion, subject to change, but currently it is at $100 per hour. I also have affiliate links down in the description below. Feel free to use those. And that's all I got to say. So, happy hustling.